suspected ureteral colic, what would you expect to find sonographically? You expect to find unilateral hydronephrosis. Remember, if you see bilateral hydronephrosis, you have to think of a more distal obstruction, not a single ureteral obstruction. It's important to also remember this is an indirect finding. In somebody who recently developed this ureteral obstruction and is perhaps dehydrated, you may not initially see hydronephrosis. You may also see perinephric fluid. These are in a sense urinomas, and this is due to rupture of the minor calyces due to increased pressure. If you're able to follow the ureter down, you may see the presence of hyperureter. Although the sensitivity of the detection of ureteral stones is not the greatest, it's possible that you may be able to find proximal UPJ stones or distal UPJ stones down by the bladder. You can also look for urine jets, hydronephrosis, and it's a debilitation of the collecting system. And you want to make sure that you can connect the minor into the major calyces into the pelvis so that you're not confusing multiple renal cysts for being hydronephrosis. Make sure that you can connect the tributaries, that they all connect. And remember, this can be due to either intrinsic or extrinsic ureteral obstruction. Here are the various grading schemes for hydronephrosis. Here's a patient with very mild hydronephrosis. You've got some dilatation of the pelvis here, but it does not extend into the minor calyces. Here you have more fullness in the renal pelvis, and you're starting to see it branch into the minor calyces. In severe hydronephrosis, you're going to see a significant dilatation of the renal pelvis, and you're going to be able to see dilatation of the minor calyces. In chronic severe hydronephrosis, again, you're going to see marked dilatation of the renal pelvis, you're going to see dilatation of the minor calyces, and you're also going to see thinning of the renal parenchyma to less than 15 millimeters. So it's a example of hydronephrosis. Here's a patient that has severe hydronephrosis. You can see minor calyces connecting into the major calyces, into the renal pelvis, and going down into the proximal ureter. So I know that these are not cysts because I can see how they all connect and that this is a dilated collecting system. Here's another patient that has severe hydronephrosis. You can see that all these areas connect, that you're going from the minor into the major calyces into the pelvis. There's something else that should stick out to you here. Uncomplicated hydronephrosis, the fluid within the collecting system should be anechoic. If you look here, this fluid is echogenic. So this is more consistent with pyelonephrosis. It could also be blood. This was a patient who had an obstruction for about 8 to 10 days and was now febrile to 103 degrees. And they were ultimately extended. And so this patient was found to have pyelonephrosis, which is a good point. The collecting system should appear anechoic. If it's echogenic, then that's either blood within there or purulent debris. Here's a patient with moderate hydronephrosis. You can see here's the dilated renal pelvis. You can also see the minor calyces here, and they're all connecting and draining into the renal pelvis. You can also follow a little bit of the proximal ureter. And here, I can see evidence of the offending stone here. So this is a patient who had a proximal UPJ stone. And here's a patient that has mild hydronephrosis. You can see that there's some dilatation here in the pelvis, and it looks like it's extending into the proximal ureter. You're really not seeing any extension into the minor calyces here. When I see mild hydronephrosis, the thing that has to come as a potential differential is this really hydro or is this a prominent renal vessel? So when I see mild hydronephrosis, I will throw a color Doppler on to verify whether it's a vessel or not. Here's a transverse view of the right kidney, and you can see here's a vessel here, but this is the mild hydronephrosis. We have another pitfall here, and that's an dilated extrarenal pelvis. You'll see these not uncommonly, and what you end up seeing is a large anechoic or anything from a small to large area within the extrarenal pelvis, but you won't see dilatation into the minor calyces. Here's a patient that's right up a flank vein, but I haven't scanned the kidney coronally, and this is actually quite impressive. There's a massive circular anechoic structure here by the renal pelvis. And if you look, there's some comments here of the pelvis and dilatation. So this is actually quite impressive here. If we take a look at it in the transverse plane, you can see here's this very dilated extrarenal pelvis. Now, if this was all due to an obstruction, you would expect that the thinner, major to minor calyces would also be affected, and that there would be significant dilatations here also. But it's only dilated here in the extrarenal pelvis region, and so this is a patient who did not have hydronephrosis. This patient has a dilated extrarenal pelvis that obviously is quite impressive when you look at it. These are two transverse views of the kidney on two separate patients. This patient on the right here has a dilated extrarenal pelvis here. You can see that there's bladder volume, and all the machines will have calculation packages to do that. It's basically the plus and the minus sign. You're seeing pure abdominal measurements, and this can be used in assessing post-mortem residuals or someone that comes with an abdominal distension. They may have a dilated or it may have a distended urinary bladder. This needs putting fully in the patient, and it's relatively easy to do. So let's sum up how to use the focus renal ultrasound exam. If you have a patient who you think has an obstructive neuropathy, if you see positive unilateral hydro, you can treat as an obstructive neuropathy provided no other high-risk findings are present. Make sure that the fluid within the collecting system is anechoic. If you don't see hydronephrosis, obstructive neuropathy, much like you can consider other causes. If the patient came in within 3 minutes of being dehydrated, you may want to hydrate the patient and observe if the scan of the unilateral hydro develops. If you see bilateral hydro, you've got to consider a distal obstruction. And Remember, hypernephrosis can be the result of extrinsic compression. This can occur with a gravity uterus. This can also occur with an enlarged abdominal aortic aneurysm. So if you have a 75-year-old who comes in with severe flank pain and you see left unilateral hypernephrosis, scan the aorta. These are patients that are at risk for a ruptured AAA. Look now at the sonographic anatomy of the female pelvis. Looking at the uterus first. It's a muscular, here's the myometrium, hollow organ. It's going to be located posterior to the urinary bladder and anterior to the rectus sigmoid colon. And it's going to be composed of 3 layers. You're going to have the endometrial layer, the myometrial layer, and the serosal layer. The only 2 layers that you're going to be able to visualize with ultrasound will be the myometrial and the endometrial layers. Here you have the posterior cul-de-sac. This is the most dependent portion of the female pelvis, and this is where the fluids will initially accumulate. Larger amounts may move along the back of the uterine frontis and may go into the anterior cul-de-sac. In some patients, depending on how they were positioned prior to the scan, you may only find fluid in the anterior cul-de-sac, so don't forget to look in this region when assessing patients for free fluid. In terms of uterus size, the normal non-gravity uterus is going to be about 7 to 8 centimeters in length. It is going to be about 4 to 5 centimeters in width and about 4 centimeters in AT thickness. Looking at uterus developmental variants, there are 2 things you need to know. One is going to be bicornuate uterus, and every man have 2 uterine bodies or horns and 1 vagina/cervix. And here you can see that there are 2 uterine bodies here, so this would be the right and this would be the left horn. As compared to a disseminated uterus, where you have 2 uterine bodies, you would also have 2 cervices and 2 vaginas. We're now looking at the transabdominal pelvic exam. The exam should be performed with the patient in the supine position. In terms of transducer, I would recommend using a large footprint 2 to 5 megahertz curvilinear. Something in the range of 2 to 5 megahertz will allow adequate penetration in the average size adult. You could use a small footprint curvilinear transducer or a stationary transducer, but I think we should use a large footprint transducer for this exam. In terms of patient preparation, a full urinary bladder is the idea, but the exam should still be attempted even if the patient is sedated. And this is usually the case in the ED where people patients are asking if urine specimens when they are triaged. Performing the exam, you want to make sure that you scan the entire uterus. This is essential. Let's look at the transabdominal sagittal exam. So this exam is going to be performed with a transducer in a sagittal plane with the indicator directed towards the patient's head. The transducer should be placed just separated to the pubic symphysis, and this will give you this image: anterior, posterior, head, foot. Here you've got the urinary bladder in the near field. You can see some reverberation artifacts here, which is common. Here you can see the uterus here, which is anteverted. You can see the myometrium here, and you can see the hyperechoic endometrium here. This is going to be the posterior cul-de-sac, and this is going to wrap around here into the anterior cul-de-sac here. Down here you've got the cervix, and here you can see the vaginal stripe. This is an example of a transabdominal sagittal exam where you're sweeping from side to side, surveying the entire uterus. So you can see we're sweeping from one side of the uterus to the other. Again, you can see here on this uterus, the uterus is anteverted here. You can hear your bladder. Here's the vaginal stripe. These are the building cysts here. This is the cul-de-sac here. You can see bowel adjacent to the uterus here. There's 3 fluids. You can see it here. You can see the myometrium here. You can see the hyperechoic endometrium. We're going to place the retroverted uterus. You can see here's the sweep. The anterior, posterior, head, and foot. Here's your urinary bladder. Here's the vaginal canal into the cervix. Now going into the uterus. You can see the myometrium here. You can see here is a sac within the uterine funnel region. You can see the uterus is head back posteriorly. So this is a retroverted uterus, and the cul-de-sac is back in here. On the transverse exam, you're going to take the transducer, and you're going to place the indicator towards the patient's right. Again, you're going to just supplement the pubic symphysis. This is going to provide you the following image: anterior, posterior, patient's right, patient's left. Here's your urinary bladder. Here's a short axis view of the uterus, and cul-de-sac will be back here. Here we've got a transverse exam here. You can see that the transducer is in the angle of the caudal and supplement direction, sweeping from the cervical region all the way up to the uterine fundus. This way, you're able to fully assess the uterus. If you're in transverse sweep to the patient with the retroverted uterus, again, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to angle the transducer so that you're able to fully evaluate from the fundal region all the way down to the cervix. Now let's look at the endovaginal exam. To perform the endovaginal exam, you want to make sure that the patient is in a lethargic position. This is going to allow you to move the handle of the endovaginal transducer up and down. If you've got the patient flat on a cart, you're going to be limited in your ability to perform the exam. The exam is going to be performed with the endocannulary transducer. Preparation of the transducer will include touching the gel on the footprint of the transducer, covering that with a sheath, and then placing surgical over the sheath. In terms of patient preparation, ideally the patient's urinary bladder should be empty. When you insert the transducer, you want to make sure you start watching the screen. The minute you insert the transducer and you're circling for landmarks. The first thing that you would see when you go in is the urinary bladder. You can next attempt to find the cervix and the lower uterine segment, which you're seeing right here. You then need to adjust your depth as needed. You can see here is the cervix and lower uterine segment. Here you've got the uterine fundus. You can see some of the endometrial stripe here. You can see once the lower uterine segment is recognized, you're able to then go from side to side, as well as angle the transducer up and down in order to bring the uterus into the central part of the screen. So perform the exam the same way that you perform a vaginal specimen exam. If you insert the probe too deeply here, you're not going to be able to fully visualize the uterus, particularly one that is anteverted or one that is retroverted. So running the endochemistry probe passes the way is watch the ultrasound on the screen as you slowly insert the transducer. Based on your pelvic exam and your transabdominal exam, you should have an idea as to whether or not the uterus is tilted from one side or the other. And this may also be helpful information. But here you can see that if you insert the transducer in too far, you're going to limit your visualization. And we think about fixes for vaginal speculum exam. We can't see the cervix. We tend to put this speculum in further into the posterior cul-de-sac where we think the cervix to drop in. If we use the same type of logic here when doing the endocannulary exam, will actually be counterproductive. We're going to end up with limited visualization. We're going to cause the patient discomfort. On the endovaginal sagittal exam, you're going to end up with the following orientation. Here you've got the transducer in the vaginal canal, so this is caudal direction. Here you're going to have the supplement direction. You're aiming the beam up towards the patient's head. With the indicator at the 12 o'clock position, meaning your thumb is pointed up to the ceiling. This is the anterior. This is the posterior. Here you get a nice view of the inverted uterus. Here you've got the medium level initially of the myometrium. Here you've got the central endometrial cavity here. Here you've got the posterior cul-de-sac. And here you've got the anterior cul-de-sac. Now, you can see that you get much better resolution here with the endovaginal exam as opposed to the transvaginal exam. However, these exams should not be used in exclusion of each other. They should be used together. I always recommend, regardless of how early you think the patient is, start off with the transabdominal exam. Since you're using a lower frequency transducer, you're going to get a broader view of the pelvic anatomy. It's possible that this high frequency comes in the chair that you could miss pathology. So remember, don't use the one exam in exclusion of the other. Start with the transabdominal exam. If that gives you your answer, you can stop at that point. If you don't have your answer, then move on to the endovaginal exam. Remember, scan the whole uterus. So here we've got the inverted uterus here. This is called cephalad, anterior, posterior. Here you've got myometrium. Here you've got endometrium. Here's the posterior cul-de-sac here. What you're going to do is you're going to take the transducer and you're going to sweep from side to side. In the vaginal plane, by bringing the transducer towards the patient's left thigh, you're going to visualize the right side of the uterus. By bringing the transducer towards the patient's right thigh, you're going to visualize the left side of the uterus. That's important, just like on the transabdominal, that you scan the entire uterus. In addition to sweeping from side to side on the vaginal exam, you're going to bring the handle up. And by doing that, in the inverted uterus, you're going to get a better look at the lower uterine segment and cervical region, as well as the posterior cul-de-sac. So you've got caudal, cephalad, anterior, posterior. If you want to visualize the uterine fundus better, and with an inverted uterus on the vaginal exam, you drop the handle down. And that will give you this view. Here's caudal, cephalad, anterior, posterior. You see some urinary bladder here, but here you've got a nice view of the uterine fundus. Here's the myometrium, and here is the endometrium. Particularly these two patients on the left here, you've got a patient with retrograde uterus. Here's caudal, cephalad, anterior, posterior. Here you've got the lower uterine segment here, and you've got, as you follow the endometrial cavity back.